Progress is defined as the forward or onward movement toward a destination and as satisfactory development, growth, or advance. As a city leader for nearly 20 years, I know there isn't an end point when it comes to advancing our community. It's a continuous journey I will navigate as long as I serve as mayor. I and my staff never cease to move this city forward through every project, every repair, every idea. Fresh new ways to better the city of North Royalton through what we provide and how we operate have always been my focus. Welcome to the 2025 State of the City Address. I am Larry Antoskiewicz, Mayor of the City of North Royalton. I can tell you in my nearly 6 years as mayor that things are always evolving and changing, and we must grow with it. My administration and I continually annualize how we do business and implement new ideas to continue to excel by tackling projects, offering new services and amenities, and streamlining what we have to perform better. The driving force behind our forward movement is always the city purse strings. Finances allow us to take care of the routine day-to-day operations, but just like a household budget, they enable us to save up and tackle those necessary renovations and upgrades that we need to upkeep our property while also occasionally splurging on something new for the family, especially when we have been frugal and prudent with our spending. The city budget is no different. The top priority is solid stewardship of the taxpayer dollars, balancing savings with justifiable spending to stay relevant with our neighboring communities and ever-evolving technology. We want to ensure we remain a sought-after suburb where families want to live, work, and play. Here is a brief overview of our financial state. Our revenue for 2024 was $56 million, and much of that is generated from two main sources: income taxes, $22.8 million, and property taxes at $7 million. The city receives only 9%, or $7 million, from property taxes. Roughly 61% of property taxes goes to the school district, 15% goes to the county, and the last 15% is shared by other various county services. Our portion is much smaller than residents realize, but it is still very vital to city operations. As far as expenditures last year, which totaled $46 million, they are primarily distributed in the following manner: $17 million, or 36.8%, for safety forces and related items; nearly $14 million, or 29.3%, for general city government operations; $8.4 million, or 18%, for wastewater; $3.3 million, or 7.2%, for service, snow removal, and road projects; $1.9 million, or 4.1%, for utilities such as rubbish and recycling; nearly $1 million, or 2.1%, leisure activities such as parks and recreation; $1 million, or 2.2%, community development; and nearly $143,000, or 0.3%, for senior and adult services and the cemetery department. For the first half of 2025, January to June, the city operated at budget for expenses. For revenue from January to July, our actual income tax receipts were greater than budget by $1.88 million, or 9.9%, which equates to 68.2% actual versus the 58.33% that was projected. Our strong 2025 was due, in part, to a solid ending in 2024. The beginning unencumbered cash balance for the general fund on January 1st, 2024 was $11.96 million. The ending unencumbered cash balance for the general fund on December 31st, 2024 was nearly $12.64 million. That's an increase of just over $675,266. That's attributable to a few things. The finance department and I thoroughly comb through the proposed individual budgets each year to ensure they remain very conservative with very few frills. Department directors continue to manage their budgets throughout the year in a very responsible manner, contributing to the carryover. And our new Rumpke contract did not start until May of 2024. Please know that we hold the budget and taxpayer dollars in extreme regard. We truly believe that every penny counts. Saving and cutting costs are always number one. Because of this, we always have firm financial footing. Much of the tax dollars used to support our services are derived from the health and wellness of our business community. Therefore, community development is crucial to our continued growth and advancement. In the area of economic development, my administration continues to add to the tax base of our city, creating jobs for our region. While we continue to assist our existing companies, we are also planning ahead to attract new companies. In Cuyahoga County, there are just 3 industrial sites with over 100 acres for new companies to locate. One of those is right here in North Royalton. The property is approximately 118 acres on the east side of Abbey Road, north of the Turnpike. It has been zoned industrial since 2004, but the issue was that it did not have any sanitary sewers, and the cost of installing sewers was prohibitive. However, I was successful in securing a $2 million federal appropriation through Congress that provided half of the projected costs. In addition, we worked with a private developer who initially purchased the anchor lot for the project and then purchased the surrounding acreage over the last few years. The sewer project will be finished by the end of the year, and the developer is marketing the site. Team NEO, our economic development partner for the 5 Northeast Ohio counties, has placed the project in the preferred project list and will assist with marketing and preparing the site for development. The site will be used to attract companies from across the region looking for sizable locations. In addition to this, there are a number of commercial projects scheduled for completion this year. You may have noticed Stevens Paint On, located on York Road, with a second access point on Royalton Road near the Turnpike, is close to completion on their 25,000 square feet warehouse facility. The Kent Corporation in our industrial park has just finished another 21,000 square feet expansion and added a dozen employees. Crystal Clean has started with their 17,000 square feet expansion of their commercial business on Aikens Road. We just welcomed Buttercream and Olive Oil, a unique French-inspired bakehouse, cafe, and boutique which centers around cooking and baking classes with chef-inspired recipes from Europe. And last year, we welcomed Via Roma Event Center and Restaurant, which was completely transformed and elevated the former Carrie Serino site on Ridge Road. We now have a variety of offerings in the way of formal restaurants with Amici's, Calaveras, In the Weeds, Fire 45, and now Via Roma. Those who enjoyed fast food, we have 2 new locations and 2 proposed new additions. A new McDonald's at Bennett's Corner and a new Taco Bell at Timber Ridge have both opened over the summer. The city is still working with the developer for the proposed Dunkin' Donuts and Jimmy John's at the property near the corner of Bennett and Royalton Roads. We also gained a Chipotle last year. Growth is vital, but so is retaining our existing businesses. One of the programs designed to assist our business is the North Royalton Storefront Program. The program has already dispersed $32,300 in grant money this year to 6 local businesses. These grants have helped leverage over $113,000 in new building improvements in the city. Improvements include new signage, landscaping, exterior painting, new windows, and other exterior improvements. We are also seeking grants to improve our roadways to benefit our residents and businesses. We continue to lobby Congress and our governmental partners for Phase 2 of the widening of Royalton Road from York Road to Ridge Road. Also, we are seeking funds to widen York Alpha Drive at York Road for the increased traffic. I am charged with not only overseeing the day-to-day operations and safeguarding our tax dollars we generate, I am also charged with making sure we remain a relevant, attractive suburb. To do that, I must continuously review various projects to continue to advance our city. Since I became mayor in 2020, Memorial Park has been a prime focus, adding a splash pad, completely rebuilding one of our 2 pavilions, with the second on the horizon, adding a walking trail that loops the park and pond, completely upgrading the tennis and basketball courts, including the addition of dedicated and convertible pickleball courts to accommodate the growing sport. But our seniors have long needed a gathering space they can be proud of too. These are the men and women who raised families here, volunteered in our community, and helped lay the foundation shaping North Royalton into what it is today. And so I wanted to provide them with something they could truly be proud of, and I think this is very fitting and deserving. This project wouldn't be possible without the great partnership we enjoy with the North Royalton City Schools. After years of planning, the new North Royalton Senior Center at Royal View was unveiled to a crowd of 300 seniors and community members who attended to mark the occasion on July 23rd. A portion of the former school located at 13220 Ridge Road was renovated into the new center. The building features a coffee lounge, craft room, library, office space, and a large assembly hall for activities and events. The cafeteria kitchen is also in use. This was a project near and dear to me and something I am very proud to be able to provide the community. It's been 2 months and the excitement for the new facility continues. Our senior center director says every day new faces walk through the doors wanting a tour, and participation is up dramatically. Residents want amenities, and that is not limited to parks and programming. That includes events. This has been another major focal point, ensuring residents have opportunities to build community spirit and pride without breaking the bank. I am proud to say all of our events are free to the public, with the only cost being food truck purchases. We have something for everyone, and these close to a dozen events grow in popularity year after year. My next focus will be ensuring that our public spaces and parks, where we host many of these events, are beautified to be more attractive. So I have already commenced an extensive landscaping plan that will take root in 2026. So please look forward to that. Our baseball and soccer fields are another focus. We are working with the North Royalton Baseball Boosters and the North Royalton Soccer Club to address upgrades to both. Another aspect of our city we know is important to our residents is our street, sewer, and stormwater infrastructures, and the city has made significant strides improving these. The Edgerton Road gravity sewer improvements. There are new sewer installations from Riverwalk Circle to the East Corporation limit. Construction began in September and is expected to conclude by the end of November. Road resurfacing projects. Abbey and Aikens Road. Abbey between Albion Road and north of the Turnpike Bridge, and Aikens from State Road to the East Corporation limit have each been resurfaced and supported by a $250,000 grant from Cuyahoga County. Stormwater and sewer system enhancements continue. Upgrades to aging infrastructure with a focus on environmental compliance and flood mitigation. Community-focused engineering. Reviewing the city's alternative transportation plan to include multi-use paths and sidewalk connectivity. In fact, just today, it was announced that we have been awarded nearly $500,000 in funding through the Ohio Department of Transportation for the design and construction of sidewalks along State Road from Lisa Lane to Wallings Road to provide connectivity to our YMCA. Pursuit of additional grants and cost share programs to maximize fiscal efficiency. Departmental goals: improve the project transparency and public engagement, streamline permitting and inspection processes, expand GIS mapping and data integration for infrastructure assets. This year has been one of progress and collaboration. As we move into 2026, the engineering department will remain committed to delivering safe, sustainable, and community-driven infrastructure solutions. Our wastewater department is not in the limelight, but is a crucial component of our community behind every flush and every drain, ensuring quality infrastructure and sanitary services. There are a few ongoing projects here. Inflow and infiltration reduction project. North Royalton has separate sanitary sewers, which means that the stormwater has its own system. This extra stormwater can enter the sanitary sewers and is called inflow and infiltration. North Royalton has been working for years to reduce I&I to acceptable levels. We started to studying our sanitary sewer system in depth to identify and correct discovered sources of I&I. This year, 8 temporary flow meters and 7 rain gauges were installed in key locations throughout the sewer system to pinpoint where increased I&I is most common. This information will be used to better map our system and build computer models that show where the I&I is heaviest and under what rain conditions. The goal is to identify sources of I&I that can be reduced or eliminated. Over the past decade, the focus of I&I reduction has been on residential property sources, and that will continue. However, the department believes that we may also be able to identify and correct commercial property sources. Evaluation of both wastewater treatment plants. The wastewater department has secured the services of AECOM to evaluate the condition of the processes, equipment, and buildings at both of our wastewater treatment plants, which have been in operation for more than 60 years. There have been many beneficial improvements made over the years, but we need to keep our plants viable for many more years to come. The process has already started, and soon the equipment, electrical system, and buildings will undergo physical evaluations. The goal is to recommend prioritized improvements to continue to provide many more years of quality, efficient wastewater services. Public service is the core of our operation. Making sure our roads are passable year-round is the main priority of our service department. The 2024-2025 winter season brought a more traditional winter with snowfall totals nearing 35 inches, compared to the 25 and 22 inches recorded the previous two winters. The winter demands resulted in the use of 6,700 tons of salt, surpassing the 5,000-ton average from the past 5 seasons, due to the combination of snowfall, water breaks, and freezing rain. In addition, service department crews operated a 3-shift work schedule and over 1,100 hours of overtime to maintain round-the-clock coverage, keeping our roads as safe as possible. Snow plowing is a prime service residents depend on. We have continued to uphold our fleet replacement plan to keep service department's vehicles up to date. Last year, we purchased a new 1-ton dump truck and refurbished the body of an older dump truck to prolong its usability. This year, we purchased a tandem axle snowplow truck, which you will see out on the road this coming winter. In addition to plowing, there are several regular in-house road maintenance activities, which include asphalt and concrete road repairs, crack sealing through grant funding, street sweeping, and upkeep. In 2024, more than $500,000 was spent on the service department's annual road maintenance program, which included pavement marking, concrete repairs across various developments, and asphalt overlay of Beverly Hills Estate, the Sharon, Dennis, and Douglas area. In 2025, nearly $1 million was invested into pavement marking and asphalt overlays of the Royalton Heights development, or the Planets as we refer to it, Villa Grande Drive, Yorkview Drive, Yorkview East and West, Woodridge Drive, and Wood Oval. With several completed projects and the resurfacing bids for Aikens Road and Abbey Road coming in under budget, there are plans for an additional $350,000 in concrete repairs throughout the city. And finally, one main component of the overall well-being of our community is the fact that we are a safe, well-protected community, and that is because of our safety forces. North Royalton was ranked number 13 in the top 25 safest small cities in the U.S. by Money Geek, a finance site which analyzed crime statistics and quantified the cost of those crimes to identify and rank the safest small towns across the nation, looking at close to 1,000 cities with populations between 30,000 and 100,000. The police department made great strides in improving its aging facilities by upgrading our evidence storage and processing areas. A new records management system was also implemented, and the department has a goal of becoming paperless. New graphics were added to the school resource officer vehicles to display more school pride. A partnership between the city and the St. Albert the Great will allow for the police department to provide a school resource officer to St. Albert's. School resource officers will also be bringing the DARE program back to the North Royalton Middle School for the 2025-2026 school year. The police department participated in its first National Night Out, a national community building campaign that promotes police community partnerships by holding a Touch a Truck event. Several local businesses provided vehicles and donations for the event, which had great weather and a fantastic turnout. The fire department continues to respond to a record number of calls each year. This year's run volume has increased 9% over last year. Our firefighters continue to provide excellence in services achieved through ongoing training, leadership, teamwork, and a commitment to the safety of our citizens. We also have other non-emergency services such as public education and safety talks, station and vehicle tours, car seat checks, CPR and first aid classes, residential lockbox program, mail address signs, and maintaining our Ready Notify program. In 2025, the The fire department was the recipient of a $300,000 FEMA grant to purchase new self-contained breathing apparatus. The timing was critical as our old air packs were nearing the end of their service life. The department also received new portable radios that will serve us for many years to come. In July, a new ambulance arrived, replacing a unit that was 16 years old, with another on order for delivery next year. With all of these assets, our firefighters continue to operate more safely while performing a dangerous job. They will continue to provide the best medical care and overall customer service to our residents. We are a wonderful community with strong schools, solid financial resources, ever-expanding amenities, upgraded infrastructure, and a steadily growing community, development-based, poised for exponential growth. As I said at the beginning of this address, continued stewardship of the finances while also looking for unique ways to evolve and grow in our ever-changing landscape is my focus and will continue to be in the new year. And that's how we continue our progress. This address is a great tool to share information with our community annually, but we have ways to ensure you don't miss important information daily. Residents and businesses can sign up for our monthly City e-newsletter at northroyalton.org/newsletter. We post daily on Facebook at City of North Royalton, Ohio, and we have an informative website, northroyalton.org. I am also readily accessible at 440-237-4300. It's been a great 2025, and I can't wait to share what's in store for 2026.